So it's week 2 at Garden Grown Groceries, and there's just something nice about being in the greenhouse in the middle of winter, starting to plant your seeds. The greenhouse itself gives you like a cozy feeling, but it's also the anticipation of what's going to be growing. So this week, we're going to start planting our onions. So as I mentioned in the seeds we're going to be planting in January video, the first one we're going to be planting is the Utah yellow sweet Spanish onion. The seeds are from M.I. Gardner, and there's approximately 250 seeds in a pack, which is a decent amount. Now I've got an 80 whole tray, now 79 since that end was broken. Got this from the community garden center where I have my plot. Someone had thrown it away. Actually, I got a ton of different kinds of trays for the current year. People had planted seeds, must have maybe got them from garden centers or something, and then just threw them away when they planted their plants. And they're still good, which is good to because they do tend to break down quickly over time, and I get to reuse them. So this week, I'm going to be planting half this tray with the yellow sweet Spanish, and the other half with the ruby red onions. As I had mentioned, my wife loves the red onions, so half this tray is going to be red, the other half is going to be yellow. Last year, if you recall, I had planted the onion seeds all in one container, and then at the time of planting, I just kind of teased them all apart. You could do that with onion seeds. There's just, they grow well when they're all bunched together. Their roots are wiry, so you can easily separate them. But this year, I'm just going to plant a couple of seeds in each of these. So 2, 4, 5. So this half is going to be one, this half is going to be another. And since that's about 40 cells, I'm going to plant 2 or 3 seeds, if I can, in each of the cells, and then at the time of planting I'll tease those apart. So these are onion seeds, and as I said, I'm just gonna do a couple in each cell. Now I am using my own seed starting mix, as I do all the time, and I'll link to the video that I just posted on making your own seed starting mix. And now in the rest, I'm going to plant the Spanish yellow onions. You should always start off with fresh onion seeds. They really don't last too long unless you're saving your own seeds from year to year. You should buy fresh ones each planting season. Okay, so I used up all these seeds. Still have a bunch left over in here. So now I'm just going to top off these seeds. I'm not going to press it down. Just cover them up. And then we'll label them. And lightly sprinkle water on top. This will do the work of tamping it down, gently water so you don't disturb the seeds. And now we have to label them. I was disappointed last year. My label maker solution didn't really work. So I think I'm just going to try and go with the permanent marker again. As you can see, it faded in the sunlight. And so this year, I'll try something else. I know the red's on the left, the yellow's on the right, and if I forget before I label it, I'll look at my video. So we got the onions planted, and it's good to be growing again. It's a good start to 2024, and hopefully we'll just have hundreds of onions this year that will give us a good harvest. The onions don't start bulbing up until the daylight gets to be a certain length. I forget how many hours that is. I think around 10 hours, I think it is. That's when they start to go, and they go from there. Light increases, but they need the longer sunlight time to begin the bulb making process. So The only benefit you get really from planting them out early is that they get to establish their root system in the ground. So that's not a bad thing. But of course, you don't want to plant them out too early because cold weather can knock back their growth, and then they got to recover and then start growing again. So 2 to 4 weeks is pretty good time to plant them out before the last frost date, but we'll play it by ear depending on what the winter's like. So we got the onions started. I'm going to move them indoors into the warmth because it is still cool out, even though we're in the greenhouse. Greenhouse plastic, any plastic, really doesn't provide much insulation. We've got 2 onion types, red and yellow, and we're going to be growing a lot more onions than we did last year. So if you want to see what we were doing in the garden last week, check out this video right here, and then subscribe and hit that notification bell. And that way you'll be able to follow the progress on all of our vegetables as we try to grow a supermarket in our own backyard. Okay, thanks for watching.